Alright, so this video is on A.2C, writing equations from word problems. And these are the notes that we did today. So whenever we're working with word problems, we use cubes. C stands for circle the numbers, U stands for underline the question, B stands for box keywords, and then S, solve the problem. So whenever we are reading through the problem, first we want to just read it. So don't do anything to it just yet. It says, suppose that the water level of a river is 34 feet and that it is receding at a rate of 0.5 foot per day. Write an equation for the water level L after D days. So the first thing we're going to do is go through it again, and you can read it if you want to, or you can just skim through it. But we're going to circle the numbers. So we have a number here and here. And that's pretty much it. Next, we're going to underline the question. Sometimes it's a question, sometimes it's more of a statement of, hey, do it. So here it's more of a statement. Write an equation for the water level L after D days. That's what our task is. Next, we're going to box keywords. So any keywords that we can find. So we're not going to box everything. We're just going to identify what we need. So suppose that the water level of a river is 34 feet. I'm going to box feet. And it is receding. So receding kind of means like going down. It's going away. The water is going out. So I'm going to put going down. At a rate, I'm going to box that, of, so that goes with that, of 0.5 or half. Half a foot sounds better to me, per day. So we're talking about a river. It's at 34 feet, and the water is going down at a rate of half of a foot per day. So that's the key words here. Solving the problem, it goes with these two steps right here. So the first thing you want to do is to define your variables. Variables are letters in math. So here we're talking about the water level and the time in days. So I'm gonna put days. Here we were given what letters to use. So L is for the water level. And then D is for the days. Okay, so we got our two letters that we're going to be using. Now we're going to be writing the equation using the variables and the numbers that we circled. So the equation is going to be, because it says write an equation for the water level, L, so L equals. Now, if it's, suppose that the water level of a river is 34 feet. So that's what the river is starting at 34 feet. So 34. And it is receding. So that means it's going down. If it's going down, I'm going to use a minus sign. So minus, because the water level is decreasing at a rate of 0.5 foot or feet, whatever, per day. So that's going to be D. And that's the equation given the verbal description. So this right here is our answer. If you need to look at that, pause. If not, then we're going to move on. So this next question, it says, a canoe rental service charges a $20 transportation fee and $30 an hour to rent a canoe. Write and graph, we're not going to be graphing, an equation representing the cost Y of renting a canoe for X hours. Once again, we're going to go through, circle the numbers. So it looks like we got a 20 here and a 30 here. And that's it for the numbers. We're going to underline the question. So it says we're going to write an equation representing the cost y of renting a canoe for X hours. So that's the question or statement, whatever. And then we're going to box keywords. So keywords here, a canoe rental service charges. So that's how much they're charging us. $20 is a fee. Anything with fee is only going to be charged once. So this $20 is only going to be charged once. And $30 an hour. So the repeating cost is the 30, because that's every hour. So we're going to define our variables just like earlier. And here we're working with the cost for renting the canoe and the number of hours. So here we were given what variables to use: y and the x. Y, if you can see, is the cost. X is hours, and that's way over here. And also X is usually your time. So sometimes we're going to be talking something per minute or per hour, per year, per month. You have to read the problem in order to see what kind of time we are using. Here we're using hours. So the equation is going to be y equals, and it's a $20 transportation fee. So once again, that $20 is only going to be charged once. So 20, and then a fee of $30 an hour. So they're charging us $20 plus $30 per hour. Since that's the rate, that's going to be with the x. So $20 plus 30 per hour, because that's the x. You can also see it written in slope-intercept form, where y equals 30x plus 20. You can also see it like that. These two are the same. All I did was put the 30 first and then put the 20 second. Okay, but they are the same. Okay, I'm going to do one more. So here's another one. A water tank already contains 55 gallons of water when Baxter begins to fill it. Water flows into the tank at a rate of 8 gallons per minute. Write a linear equation to model this situation. So we're going to circle the numbers. So we got 55 here and 8 here. Now we're going to underline the question. So what we got to do is write a linear equation to model this situation. And we're going to box keywords. So water tank already contains. So we have a water tank with water already in it. How much water is in it? 55 gallons of water. So we got Baxter here, who is filling up this tank because he flows into the tank at a rate of 8 gallons per minute. Okay. And that's it for keywords, I think. Oh, rate. So define your variables. In this problem, we weren't given variables to work with. So in this problem, we can choose. Most of my classes today, we chose y and x. So we're going to let x, remember, is always the time. The time that we're talking about here is minutes. So we're talking about minutes now. Earlier we were talking about hours, now we're talking about minutes. And then y is how much water we have. So water in the tank. Okay? So third step is to write the equation using the variables and the numbers that we circled. So y equals, so the tank already had 55 gallons in it. So 55. And the water is flowing into the tank. So we got a tank, right? And here's Baxter. And he has a little cup here with 8 gallons. And the water is going into the tank. That means we're adding water. So that's going to be a plus 8 gallons per minute. So plus 8x. Once again, you can also see it like y equals 8x plus 55. Okay, you might see it either way. Both of these are correct.